Welcome in SG Silva Rerum. It's a fantastic opportunity, a pleasure of mine just to present my idea, my message, my uh, mission for the English speakers, for all the people who speak in English, because we are trying also spread over to the rest of the world, not only to the Polish speakers. And especially last time in the residence, which I can't say the full name, but the guests from this residence will know directly and accurately because we spoke about my project, about my website, about community on the YouTube called SG Silva Rerum. What is it exactly? The meaning of the Silva Rerum is a old story, at least from the 16th century, which means woods of things. Silva Rerum in Latin, and in English, woods of things. If I can describe it in the language or picture more recognizable in our time, if you just take a look, for example, Monty Python circus, where all types of documentary movie were used and unexpected things can happen. The animation and mix of many different sketches just make some kind of view, some kind of perception in Silva Rerum. If you take a look on the movie, like it was, for example, Annie Hall, the title of the Woody Allen movie, one of my favorite, especially. If you will see uh, the movie Annie Hall is a genius, fantastic masterpiece of the cinematography. It is using some sort of animation, some sort of the old documentary. It used unexpected way to contact with the viewer, to broadcast uh, the info that is important for the director and from the actors. And such method I just love very much. And there are not too many movies making like this because only the directors and scenario scripturers can make such great movie in the style of the Silva Rerum. This is the best way just to imagine, just to close to you the idea of the Silva Rerum. But Silva Rerum is something more. It's also a type of being a man of Renaissance. It's also a method to realize how many passions and needs in an intellectual way, in achieving goals with knowledge, with understanding many different types of knowledge, of passions, of life, can be broadcasted, can be used even in one speech, in one movie, in one channel like SG Silva Rerum. My name is Szymon Gornowicz. You can call me Simon. So that's the initials SG and Silva Rerum. That's my website. I would like, that's my channel actually, because the website eventually on the Facebook, the group of the Facebook is available also as well with the same title. So any English speakers will be warmly welcome in my project. We have some people with this language. We have some people all over the world, but still trying to spread over and broadcast for all over the world. The main thing of the Silva Rerum are the values. We doesn't use any kind of the vulgar verbs. We doesn't attack anybody. We doesn't use a primitive way of speaking, of behavior. We doesn't, the past and present, of course. We didn't, we don't, and we will not use. For third person also as well. Yes, exactly. My wife trying to help me because the stress makes me like I'm just losing the words. It's much more easier to speak with the English speaker than to broadcast only in one person. So very important for the Silva Rerum is to understand how beautiful is the real aesthetic, especially in the history. So the art, the pictures, the sculptures, all kind of antiques are very important on the Silva Rerum. If you take a look, especially the falleristic phase, the falleristic sector, playlists, yeah, on the SG Silva Rerum are available. So you can just take over and see what we have interesting for you. And the very, very important thing is to remember to realize for the people what really having value in the material culture, but also in the culture of living, in the culture of understanding, in the culture of behavior, in the culture of thinking, in the spiritual culture. In our time, when the mass media and the methods uh, of spreading over, of broadcasting any kind of idea are visible in a scale of unprecedented uh, in any moment in the history, we actually drown in a very bad taste, in a very bad ways of behavior of presenting themselves. In our time, mostly uh, people who haven't got actually nothing to say, really interesting and really wise, are making a great show and have a great popularity. People prefer the, we can say, very mass culture, we can say, this is a method of saying, the mass culture entertainment, a mass culture way of speaking, which is not viable, because the people who are ambitious and want to dig in the knowledge, they want to understand what really have a value, will be not satisfied with the mass culture, with the fashion, with the people who just trying to expose themselves with fashionable trends, or just taking care for commercial aspects, right? Most of the channels, if you can take a look, are very loud, um, overdosed with commercials, overdosed with vulgar and primitive way, overdosed with scandals, and trying to concentrate the attention not on the real values, but on the things who are much more sensational, right? For example, when people speak about the conspiracy theories, it's like some kind of replacement for the real history. Most of the people are not interested to know the real history, because the real history is much more complicated than they expect, and they really need. For most of the people, the conspiracy theories are very attractive, because they give you an answer for the bad times, for better understanding of our situation, for understanding how the civilization looks like really, etc., etc. But that's a great stereotype. Actually, the conspiracy theories hurt, massively hurt the real, true, and understanding of the real history. That's one of the most important points and valuable things for the SG Silva Rerum, to give to the people real value from the real books. That's why you see on my back, right? We prefer the knowledge from the good books of the good writers, sorry, from the good publishers. And if you will take a look closely what we are publishing on the website and on the channel of the Silva Rerum, You will be shocked how many things are not related to the fashionable stereotypes that we can see in the culture, in the uh, understanding of in massive people understanding of understanding of the in the understanding of the masses of the people. That's what I want to say. So the very main thing is to show the real value of aesthetic, of the art, a real value of the real history, the real value of the proper language. Of course, I'm not native English, so for many English speakers, my language can be unhearable and full of mistake, and the pronunciation maybe will be not necessarily proper for you, because English speakers are spread all over the world, and there's different say methods of speaking in Australia, Canada, New Zealand, America, United Kingdom, even United Kingdom. There are tens of types of speaking language, so it's impossible to speak in all these types of the language. But this is the method how we can spread our message, our mission in more people, that not only the Polish speakers and the Polish people. All right, then. So I see there are not too many, actually, nobody who is from outside our community. Only the Polish speakers are presented on this live. So that will be just in end of this message and end of this broadcast, just for sure that I myself doesn't forget, don't forget about the English speakers, about the people from all over the world. Especially in last months, I have new, we can say, a new, absolutely new people in my life, that they were speaking with me about their connections with the life, with the history, with their own view for the life, because they are going from different countries. I know the people from Iran, for example, of course, from Germany, Scandinavia, and there is always an occasion to speak with them and understand the point of view of these people, and way how they understand the life, the way how they understand the history, the way how they see my country, my beloved city of Gdansk, which is a great pleasure to me, to myself, to give them a piece of a history, a piece of understanding from my point of view, from the knowledge I try to achieve for all my life. So this is a great interaction, and such way as we see on the YouTube is a great, great opportunity to spread over, to contact with so many fantastic people, not only the Polish people, but the people from all over the world. Lovely, Dan. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask. You can make a comments under this broadcasting, under this live. Also, you have an invitation to come to the Facebook on the SG Silva Rerum. There's a community. Of course, we are speaking there mainly in Polish, but don't hesitate. Don't feel like you will be discriminated, or nobody will take care for you. We have good administrators and moderators that will take care for you. And my own attention is also visible. So I'm always happy to have people that are interested to speak about the real history, about the real aesthetics, about the real art, and understanding of the life in the philosophical and maybe also a theological way. It's always nice to see and read about point of view of the people, especially from the Western world, but not only, from all over the world. Because every person in every country and every ethnicity can say something really interesting, which make us more rich spiritually, intellectually, and give us a great opportunity to understand the world better. I know the people from Pakistan, India, China, Canada, United States, well-educated people, Italy, for example, also. And always very happy to have opportunity to speak about the really deep and interesting things related, especially to the history, related with the art, related with the social knowledge, related with simple life also as well. Thank you for your attention. As I say at the beginning and in the middle, I'm waiting for your answer. Just feel free to ask, feel free to contact, feel free to come to our community of SG Silva Rerum. My name is Szymon Gornowicz. You can call me also Simon, that's not a problem. Many people call me Simon for all through the years, so that's not a problem. And thank you for your attention again. See you next time.